So let everyone in now then, guys. Guys, are everyone there now?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this afternoon or wherever you may be this morning, or it might be in the evening time. So we thank you for joining us on TTI. Those who are new, TTI stands for True Temperance International. So thank you for joining our health program. My name is Shirlene and I am your co-host, and I have with me my co-host.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. My name is Linda Shomola. Greetings. I'll be co-hosting with Shirlene.
Oh, thank you, Linda, for hosting with me this afternoon. So last week we had, I find this, it was a big topic. It was insomnia, and quite a few people, after the show, we've had quite a few people talking about it, that they're struggling with it, or they know someone who has. And there was a challenge set last week, and that was to go to bed on time, which was between 9 and half 10. So this is over to our audience now, for you to speak and to let us know whether you've done that challenge and how do you feel, whether you benefited from it or did it make no difference. So it's over to you, to the audience now, of whether you've done it and how you feel about it.
Hi, Shirley. Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia. How are you?
All right. I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
Yes, I did. It was a good week. Better than most. Jumping in my bed about 9, 10:30 by 10 most of the days, I think it was. So I had a good sleep, just building up to sleep was really good, because I wake and sleep all night. So yeah, it was nice to get in my bed really early. It was lovely. So yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So what time did you go to bed, Cynthia?
Round about, I'd get in my bed about 9:30, 9:45, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Sometimes
yeah,
I'm not getting in bed. Yeah, I'm not getting in my bed till sometimes 11:45, 11 o'clock and after. And I think often that's mainly because we're carers for mom, so we have to come down, sort mom out in her home first, and then, so for the past, I don't know how many years, I've not gotten to my bed early, but last week and this week was good. I enjoyed it. It was beneficial. So yeah, thank you.
Oh, that's great. That's really good. That's good to hear.
Yeah, it was good to do. I tell you.
Yeah, it's very beneficial. Very, very beneficial. Very good for the system.
Yeah.
For it to heal and to restore.
Yeah, definitely. Agreed.
Is there anybody else that has that took on the challenge of going to bed between those times, between 9 and half 10? I think I've been to bed. My timing was about 10 o'clock for this week, and then I'm awake and bright for about 5, and I'm thinking, why am I up? And then I realized, because of the time I went to bed, and then it's actually time to wake up. So about 5 o'clock, I'm actually just laying in my bed awake. So yes, when you go to bed on time, you usually wake up early, and then you're able to start the day. Is there anybody else that would like to share with us?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Dion.
Hi. Yeah, I tried. Didn't work.
Oh.
I think I managed to get to bed one night at 10:30. One night. I think what my challenge is, you know, I have a very busy household. So my challenge is every time I think, yes, tonight is the night, then some child knocks, some child calls. And there's always some crisis to kind of handle in the middle of the night. So yeah, I did take on the challenge, and I did try, but well, I say no, but you know, one night I managed to comfortably get into my bed by 10:30. And even on that night, you know, I got a phone call at 11 o'clock from my daughter, and I pondered, I'm like, no, I'm not taking this call because it's going to mess up the whole night. So I'm not taking the call. So, you know, I kind of persevered that night, but I think I get to bed maybe about 11 o'clock, but nah, didn't meet the challenge apart from that one night, barely 10:30. So for those of you that didn't meet it, have hope. I'm going to try again this week. So let's go.
Well, at least you've done one night.
Yeah.
At least you've done one night.
I tried really hard.
So for that one night, we'll turn it to 2 and 3.
Yes.
Yes,
just
Linda.
to check on that one night, did it make a bit of a difference?
Well, I tell you, that's a very good question, Linda, because I think what happened, I woke up at 4:30.
Yes.
So and I kind of did ponder, just like Charlene was saying, why am I awake so early in the morning? Because I don't wake up early. I'm not a night sleeper anyway. That's my challenge. I don't think it's insomnia. I think what my challenge in life is being a night nurse majority of my life. So my internal clock is set to night. So because that was the best thing for me while raising the children. So now it's I literally go to bed at about 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning. That's standard procedure for me. So I'm on a detox. So while I'm on the detox, I'm trying to get to bed not them hours of the morning. So I mean, that is an improvement on my life anyway without this challenge, because instead of getting to bed at 4 and 5, I've managed to get to bed at 11:30 kind of, you know, as opposed to the early morning. So adding the challenge to it was a big difference. And yeah, I did find out that particular morning I did wake up at about 4:30. Because I'm used to, in general, about 5 hours, 6 hours sleep, and then I'm up. So I think going to bed at 10:30 and waking up at 4:30 is a lot of hours of sleep for me, which my body doesn't normally get. So that was good. But yeah, I did feel I felt awake, which is weird, because normally when I wake up at 5, which is my time to wake up while I'm on this program, at 5 o'clock I'm still tired. So to wake up at 4:30 and not feel tired was interesting for me. So
okay, that's good.
Yeah,
that's very good. I'm going to hold on to that one, and I hope you are as well.
Yeah.
And that you'll keep trying.
Yes, I will.
Because now you have to retrain your body.
Yes.
Yeah, because now you have to retrain your body. Yeah, but thank God our bodies can be retrained.
Yes, so absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karen.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I see Louise's hand is up. Hey, Louise.
Hi. Yes, I did a challenge. Went to bed 9:30. Actually, I've been since I've moved to the countryside, but it's my bedtime 9:30. But when you have another half, it doesn't go to bed at 9:30. He stays up all night. But it's difficult. But then you get up nice and early, and you're fresh for the morning. It wasn't like that all the time, because I come from the city, London. Used to work in London, so I used to get up at 4:30 in the morning. Sometimes when you have 2 hours of sleep and everything. But since I've moved to the countryside, I really have enjoyed going to bed early and getting up early. And I've realized that you can do so much in a day. It still goes quick, but you got that challenge. You can do so much in a day. And it's beneficial my health and all that. It's really good because when we moved to Wales, my body shut down. You don't realize when you're in the city how much damage you do to your body. It's only when you realize when you go to the country, especially a place like Wales, the oxygen is more pure. My body just shut down. I had to be in bed for 3 months.
Wow.
Whoa.
I just couldn't do anything for 3 months.
Mm.
You don't realize how much damage you've done to your body until you've gone to the countryside to live in the countryside. But God has kept me. I trust me. I was out of action. I mean, my poor husband, he had to do everything for me. My right side went into a spasm because I just couldn't lift it or anything because I did so much work because I work in the kitchen. I used to work in the kitchens and all that and everything for the government. So you get up early, you go to bed up late. Time you come home and everything, you want to relax. By the time you relax and everything, it's so late. Sometimes I just have 2 hours or 3 hours of sleep each day. It's only when you do these challenges how much tiredness you are. But God is good.
Wow.
Man.
No, he definitely is, and really grateful that you've had that time to like retrain your body, and you have that opportunity as well to live in the country so that you can benefit from that. It's not a blessing awarded to many, so we really, really thank God for that. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Louise.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sharon, I see your hand is up as well.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody, or this afternoon from here anyway. Thank you for that testimony, Louise, and
You're welcome.
Charlene and Dion. Mine is a bit like Dion's. Started off with the good intentions. First night, it wasn't happening. Well, okay, tomorrow's another day. Next day, about 10 minutes earlier. And I kind of progressed like that as the week went on. I just tried to get a bit earlier each night. But, God hasn't finished with me yet because he knows, I know, my husband knows, everybody knows that sleeping me, that I need to get to bed earlier. I know the benefits of it. And knowing it is one thing. But if you know it and you don't do anything about it, you're only making yourself sicker. And, the family will have to cope with a sick mum. So, just pray for me as I continue with this aspect of the New Start acronym, sleep. I need it. Rest. It's rest in New Start, rest.
It's rest, yes. Yeah, well, definitely keep you in prayer. And I think the important thing is actually taking the step to try. So even when trying, and even when you fail one night, but trying to go back into it, until you get it right. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Sharon.
You're welcome.
I don't know if there's anyone else that would like to share.
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead.
Right. Right. Just like the lady that share going to bed early and waking up 5 o'clock in the mornings. That's me. I'm practicing that. I'm going to bed between 8:30 and 9 for about 10 years now, and and this really I'm not 100% well at the moment. I was diagnosed with breast cancer last year as well. So well, because of other issues, why it's not so much because of the rest, it's because of some other issues going on with me. Why I think this come on me, to be honest. But I'm dealing with it naturally to the health laws, to be honest, and rest and nutrition and exercise and water and all these things is a part for me. Yeah, but yes, I can testify that going to bed early, you wake up early in the morning. So it's not a struggle for me, and it's not a challenge for me because I've practiced it for how many years now. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's good, Carol. And we thank God that it was a life in practice for you, and we do believe that God will continue to be with you and see you through the other challenges you're facing as well, because He's faithful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Okay.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that might like to? I think we have a few more minutes before we need to go into our talk. I'm having a few problems seeing the comments on my side, Charlene. I don't know if you can see any.
I see one from Patricia, but it was more so to do with those who, when she worked in the NHS, a lot of the clients would say once they finish, when they finish work and they retire, they'll do this, they'll do that, they'll do this. But a high proportion of them became sick within weeks, if not months, post-retirement.
Mm.
So I'm not sure it's because they're not working and doing what they used to do, or because of the sleeping, especially if they work night shift and then they're struck. I think I did speak to somebody about that, and we says, oh, what did you do before? And they actually did night shifts before, and now that they're retired, they're struggling to sleep. And then they're having health issues because of it, and they're retired. So it caught up to them.
Yeah.
So
okay. Thank you so
one
much.
thing I know Joan last week was mentioning when it comes to women and insomnia, and it's more in women. And I do find that when I have the children, I'm there with them when they wake up to when they go to sleep, and then I'm thinking, okay, that's mommy's time. Mommy's going to do this, mommy's going to do that, and then next thing you know, it's so late. It's just past. And then if it wasn't, like, even for my husband, if it wasn't for him, I'll probably still be up doing X, Y, and Z around the house. So yeah, when it comes to, especially for women, we need our rest, we need to sleep, and on time.
It's trying to balance. I
Yes,
think it becomes hard.
It's the balance.
Yeah. Is there anyone else who would like to share how the challenge went for them, the good and the bad, as in whether they succeeded or not, or whether they just going to still keep trying? Or anyone who's willing to actually commit to say that they're going to try it this week and make sure that they're in bed on time. I'll try. I know I sometimes find it difficult as well. Lorna. Hi, Lorna. Lorna, I see your hand is up.
I think she's there.
Is there one or two Lornas? My hand wasn't up.
There was one that said Lorna's Galaxy.
Oh no,
I didn't see the rest, and her hand was up. Sorry.
Oh no, it's not me then.
But if you have something to share, that would be great.
Hi there. Sorry about this. I'm trying to get access to my phone so I can hear you, but I couldn't speak.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm Lorna Galaxy. Good afternoon to everyone. Hi.
No.
Hi.
Somebody send a fine line.
Oh, sorry. Is somebody else speaking? Should I wait?
No, it's okay, Lorna. It's Galaxy Tab E. If you can just mute for us, please.
It's me. Hello?
Hello?
We can hear you. We can hear you, Lorna.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello?
Can you hear us, Lorna?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, we can hear you. You can go ahead, please.
Right. Hi.
Thank you.
Have actually always tried to get to bed or be in bed by 9 o'clock of an evening. I didn't do the challenge last week, but I have been getting to bed by 9 o'clock. And I find that it works for me. When I go to bed, say 10, 11 o'clock, or 11, 12 o'clock more likely, I find I wake up and I'm groggy and I can't function for the day. So I tend to just try to be in bed by 9 o'clock. That's the goal that I set for myself. And it really does work.
Thank you, Lorna.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, everyone, for your testimonials. If there is no more, what we're going to do is, well, first of all, I'm just going to say thank you, Olive, for mentioning the challenge. It was to go to sleep between 9 and 10:30. And those who are speaking about how they feel and how it benefited them sleeping around those hours. So what we're going to do, we're going to have the disclaimer, please. On our show, we have our disclaimer. So please, can we have it up on the screen, please, Edgar?
Okay, just to go through our disclaimer, everyone, please note that this is the TTI disclaimer. Only a physician can diagnose, treat, and prescribe for illness or disease. Any information that is disclosed or discussed at the TTI Zoom talk show is for educational and informational purposes only, and that includes what you will see on our Zoom, on our YouTube platform as well. Please continue to seek professional medical advice from your general practitioner regarding any illness or disease that you may be suffering from. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you for that. So we're going to go to Wales this afternoon in the Queen's household for a natural remedy. So Alvin, it's over to you.
Hey everybody, good evening and welcome again to the TTI show. Welcome to the kitchen again. This is a live situation. I want you to look at something here. Most of the time we start our home, this is how we live. We spend most of our time grazing in the kitchen. We have a lot of things in the herb rack and we just graze and eat all the time, but not realizing that everything that we're eating have an impact on whether we're going to be healthy or whether we're going to get sick. So I want you to understand the world today right now is asking a lot of questions. They're asking some things that are so difficult for most people to believe to answer, and that is this: how can I get better from being sick? So I'm gonna take you over to my kitchen, out of my kitchen, out of my table. We're gonna look at some things. All right, here we go. On our table, we have, and I hope you all can hear me right now, on our table, we have a lot of stuff, and you can see it from the main camera. You can also see it from Louise's camera. But on this table this afternoon, we have what? Onions. How many of y'all have onions at home? You all have onions, right? You got red onions at home. You got garlic at home. And you've got all like rosemary, oregano, bay leaf, and you also have thyme. I want you to make a note of that. I'm going to say that again. Thyme, bay leaf, oregano, rosemary, and you got onion and garlic. Now, I want you to make a note of that because that's part of your homework on my section. But this afternoon, we're going to look at some oils. Oregano oil. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Wonderful. We're going to look at oregano oil. Now, most of us spend a lot of time in the kitchen oils and doing all kind of stuff with oils, but you don't realize that your health is in your kitchen. It's a biblical chronology that tells us that herbs was for the healing of the nation. So I want you to understand that the herbs that we have in our kitchen is better for inflammatory diseases. You got diabetes, you got coronary diseases, all of that stuff comes from the herbs. You can get healed from those things. Stroke, you can get healed from that. So this afternoon, I want to share with you one of those things, which is oregano oil. Oregano in the UK and Europe, oregano for those back in the United States who are watching. This oil, what is antispasmodic, is also antiviral. It has a lot of properties in this that aids your digestive system. Remember, we talk a lot about the digestive system, the respiratory system. We also need to make sure that your body's always clean at all times. So this oil works specifically for that. And I want to show you how simple it is. This oil is a doTERRA brand. Now, we only look for the best oil in our kitchen or anything we're doing it for health. We spend a lot of time because this body, what we call a temple, is expensive. I'm going to say that again because I don't think you all listening. This body that we call a temple, which is a temple, is expensive. More expensive than a BMW, more expensive than a Bugatti, more expensive than a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini. Because when this breaks down, it is over. And I want you to understand it is built and designed to fight every disease that is on the planet if we feed it properly. So the creator who created us created some herbs specifically to make sure that our immune system works effectively. And this one is oregano. I want you to look up the properties because this is the homework also to see what is the components in this. But I'm going to show you how simple it is that you can use this in the morning. You can use this also as a mouthwash. You want to put it in a little glass jar with some soft water, not from the tap or not from a bottle, preferably water that's been distilled or water that's come out of a filter. And you can use that for a mouthwash. Now, that's antibacterial, antiviral. And then if you want to deal with the digestive now, which I'm going to share with you, is this one. It is so potent. This oil is so potent. You got 280 drops in a 15 ml bottle. And in a smaller bottle, which I have in your hand, you got less, but it only takes a toothpick to swizzle this in. But I'm going to do a drop today so you all can understand. So I'm going to take my little shot glass in the morning. It's as simple as this. Watch the drop. Bang, that's it. Now I'm going to get my little glass with some distilled water. And remember, you guys are there, this is a shot glass. This is for pure stuff. Nothing else is going in. Shot glass. Okay. I'm going to get my distilled water. This is from a Kango machine. You normally can have it from the Kango machine, Japanese machine. Samantha, she's on. She's got one of those, and quite a few of them may have that. It's an alkaline machine. So I'm sharing, you know, look at this. Oil and water. Interesting mix. I'm going to add some more now that I've swizzled left enough. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is all you have to take every morning.
Excuse me, what oil?
That's oregano oil. And this aids your body's digestive system. It works cleaning parasites from the gut. It also helps the body's natural metabolism to function effectively so that it'll be able to move toxins from the body. This mixed with lemon oil and other properties, you can even put this on your salad instead of putting the olive oil and all the time. You can use this on it, and it helps you to clean your palate. And it also helps your digestive tract to work effectively so that you be able to digest your food properly. So this oil is available, and we can get this for you at any time. You just need to contact myself. You can contact Charlene. You can contact quite a few of us on the TTI team that are using this oil. It's the doTERRA brand, 100% oil. Now, you can't get us in Tesco. You can't get us in Aldi and all these different kind of places because it's directly from the company. We deal with that. But I'm sharing with you today, if you are really serious about your health, you need to be careful what you put in your mouth, everything on your lips will started having some serious problems. So I'm encouraging you this afternoon to look at what you're eating, look at what you're drinking, every single thing that you're putting on your food, because that has a detrimental effect on whether you're going to get sick or whether you're going to stay alive. So let's get back to our roots. So I want to thank you very much for taking that 5, 6, 7 minutes time with me to take a brief look at how you can get healthy and wealthy and wise going back to your roots. I'm going to turn it over right now to Q.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining the show today. Thank you for that, Alvin. Thank you for the essential oils. The beauty of today's treats is that all of the examples that we're looking at are examples of things that we can find in our home. And that's why today's show is called Cupboard Cure. So anything you can find in your cupboard, you just need to walk over there and get your remedy. I'm going to be speaking to you specifically about this little guy. This right here. Anyone know what this is? You can just unmute. Yes, that's it.
Cayenne pepper.
Thank you. Yes, that's it. It's a cayenne pepper. It's a cayenne pepper. Now,
bird pepper.
So this is a bird chili pepper specifically, but what I didn't know about cayenne is it's a range of peppers. And so a chili pepper like this green one, is also a type of a cayenne pepper. And all of these have different sort of strengths and qualities in them. But the one thing that cayenne does overall is that it has a few medicinal compounds. I mean, a few medicinal effects because of a compound in it. And I think if anything should be called a superfood, it's cayenne. Cayenne boosts your metabolism. It helps reduce hunger. It lowers blood pressure. It aids digestive health. It helps relieve pain. It helps psoriasis, and that's that scratchy sort of scaly patches that we sometimes get on our skin, an autoimmune condition. It helps even reduce cancer risk, and not just that. It also it's easy to add to our diet. The reason it's so easy is because it's one of the things that we most usually have in our homes. And how does cayenne do this? It's because of a specific ingredient in it, a specific ingredient that, let me try and pronounce it correctly. I think it's called capsaicin. Capsaicin, yes, that's it, capsaicin. Capsaicin is the active ingredient in cayenne peppers. And the strength of the cayenne pepper is not necessarily because of its name, but the different cayenne peppers have different amounts of capsaicin in them. So paprika, for example, has 0 heat units. Now we measure the strength of capsaicin in a pepper in heat units, but not the BTUs that we know. We measure it in what are called Scoville units. And so the amount of Scoville units that each chili has or each pepper has is commensurate to the amount of strength that it has. And so paprika has pretty much 0 units and doesn't quite work the way other cayenne peppers work. Jalapenos have 50,000 to 80,000 units. So jalapenos start to get that little nice tingly warmth in the mouth. Serrano peppers have about 100 units, 100,000 units, I beg your pardon. Then these bird chili peppers, this one that I'm holding specifically, has about 200,000 units in it. That's 200,000 units of capsaicin or of the heat that it can give you. It gets hotter. Mexican habanero peppers have between 250,000 and 1/3 units of heat. And so those are really, really chilly. But here's the thing with cayenne. I didn't know this before. The more you have of that, the hotter the pepper is. And so the hotter the peppers, the more the cayenne effect. So I thought, oh man, that's uncomfortable. Maybe let me take it in capsules. But in research, I discovered that it's actually not good to take the capsules, because what you're doing is you're taking the processed version, and it's only going to start its active work once the capsule itself breaks down in the stomach. But the function of cayenne actually starts in the mouth. Just with that heat in your mouth and that flush that you get, that's the blood starting to flow. And so how cayenne works, especially with other herbs, is that it becomes the carrier herb, because your vessels dilate and the blood flows more. So, our blood gets a bit too thick because of the lifestyles we live, and we have a bit too much cholesterol, especially in the cities. But now, what cayenne does is it opens up those vessels and also helps in the thinning of blood. And so whatever active ingredient you're taking with the cayenne, that starts to move with it. I want to share a reference with you, a book called Curing with Cayenne. Curing with Cayenne by a Dr. Charles. Dr. Richard Charles, Curing with Cayenne. That's a very good book to look up. You can find that in online, Amazon Books, Google Books, anywhere where you find your books. It's very, very affordable. I remember it was like single-digit prices. It's a good investment to have, just to have a copy of that, because in different scenarios, different situations, people have been helped by this thing. Some people who were having a heart attack managed to survive after taking this. Some who had ulcers, it's counterintuitive. Normally people would think, oh man, this is going to make the ulcer burn even more. But actually, this works to stop the bleeding of ulcers, and it's been known medically to be tested. But let me just walk you through some of these benefits and how exactly they work. So in terms of boosting the metabolism, how does cayenne boost the metabolism? It does this through a process called diet-induced thermogenesis, which causes your body just starts to function a whole lot faster. And in one study that was done, people who were given breakfast with capsaicin, which is the active ingredient here, burned 51% more calories during the meal and the period just after compared to people who didn't have any in their breakfast. That's 50% or more over what their metabolism was during the meal. And that just tells you that immediately this thing starts to get your body firing. It helps reduce hunger. And how does it do this? One study showed that it reduces the production of the hunger hormone, ghrelin. Now, ghrelin is the hormone that kicks in and makes you want to eat some more. But capsaicin has been shown to reduce its production, so immediately starts to manage appetite. And we know one of the biggest things that we're struggling with today is appetite. And being True Temperance International, want to be as temperate as possible and to manage that as much as possible. In fact, the M, the first letter in New Start is nutrition, or stands for nutrition. Another study showed that capsaicin lowers blood pressure. Over 40% of adults over 25 in the world generally have higher than healthy blood pressures. And this magic bullet, this little thing here, was shown to reduce blood pressure. Now, the studies were trying to see how exactly does this do this. But what happened was you could see that blood vessels got relaxed, and the blood pressure just lowered in subjects who were given measured doses of this. Now, I'm not going to go into the doses because we have a limited time and we still have a presentation after myself. But I do suggest that same book again, Curing with Cayenne, because that speaks of the specific doses you can take for each condition. The next benefit, aiding with digestive health. It does this by stimulating the nerves in the stomach that signal protection against injury. And while some might think, like I said, that spicy food actually will hurt the stomach ulcers or will aggravate them, it's been shown in a review paper that capsaicin and cayenne may actually help reduce the risk of stomach ulcers and actually would reduce the bleeding that would happen from an ulcer. Now, the question again is exact amounts, and for exact amounts, I still reference back to the book. It helps relieve pain. This is because capsaicin helps reduce the amount of substance P, a neuropeptide produced by the body that travels to the brain to signal pain. And so with less substance P, the pain signals do reach the brain, but in a lesser amount. So that's not to numb you, because, pain also is a warning signal. You don't want to shut down the signal and think, no, because there's no a fire alarm, there must be no fire. You still want the signal, but you don't want it to be something that then becomes debilitating. And so this has been known to help it, whether topically on the skin, for joint muscles, lower back pain, or pain after surgery. Capsaicin has been known to help reduce pain. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it also improves psoriasis. Now, one study showed that psoriasis patients treated with a cream that had a cream that had cayenne pepper capsaicin, had significantly less scaling, and also the patchiness and redness and the itching reduced very significantly. And so it kicks in and it, you know, changes things, and the body starts to improve and to heal. But here's one of the powerful ones. Capsaicin has been known to reduce cancer risk. Now, this is because it slows the growth of cancer cells, and in some instances, in some tests, was shown to even kill cancerous cells, or to cause the demise or the auto death of cancerous cells. And this was in different types of cancer, including prostate, pancreatic, and skin cancer. This was shown to be very effective. And then I think one of the greatest and best benefits is this is not a drug that you have to go to the pharmacist or to some apothecary for. You can get this in your home. In fact, most of us probably have this in our home, and it's just a question of us going to the cupboard for our cure. But you see, these are the physical, the physiological benefits. There are more benefits to this thing. And one of them that I just want to point out is how much it saves us even economically. So here, I have this little health drink. This health drink contains orange, turmeric, and cayenne. But this costs 20 rands here in South Africa. Just this little vial, this 100 ml vial, which is the equivalent of what? Of one pound. So this is about 1 pound to get this here in South Africa. But if you're going to mix it on your own and you decide to just get the ingredients on your own, here is 1 liter. This should be 1 liter. Yes, so 1 liter. So 10 times the size. A 1 liter bottle only costs twice as much as this little thing. This costs the equivalent of 2 pounds. This here, and this is so now, do you want to go and have somebody fix it for you, or do you want to just make sure that you have the right supplies in your cupboard so that you get your cupboard cures perfectly done? I'm going to do a quick mix for you so we can sort of imitate this little drink, but for much, much less, definitely less than half what this cost. Let's go over here to my little demo table, my improv demo table. I have my OJ. This is freshly squeezed. So not some mix or anything like that, but properly squeezed from the machine directly into the bottle, from the oranges themselves. I have my cayenne pepper. This is my ground cayenne pepper, some good non-irradiated organic cayenne pepper. I also have non-irradiated turmeric here. And I'm going to mix just 100 ml, so about just slightly less than half a glass of that. I'm just going to mix this. So just half a teaspoon, shake that into there. So if your shaker is one of these rotating knobs, just rotate that so that you get to the big little release there. And shake just about a quarter teaspoon into your glass, quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper, quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon of turmeric. So a little bit less turmeric than the cayenne, about half as much turmeric as the cayenne. Put that in there. Now you got to be careful with the turmeric because it stains and you don't want yellow t-shirts. I've gotten in trouble back here with Linda because I may have dirtied some clothes with some turmeric. And then we shake that orange juice. We're going to shake that OJ. It's pretty fresh. We're just going to shake it so that the pulp is also all in there, you know. And we just pour slightly less than half the glass. Slightly less than half the glass. There we go. Slightly less than half the glass. And not even much stirring. As you can see, I don't even need a blender for this. I'm literally just stirring with my finger and I'm done. And there it is, I'm done. What I have here, is a drink that's going to help me. It's going to boost my metabolism. It's going to give me all those benefits of cayenne pepper. But not only that, turmeric is known to be anti-inflammatory. So it's also an anti-inflammatory. And this is something that now as I drink, I'm just going to get all the health benefits without necessarily having to go and, you know, pay a fortune or have to go to a doctor and get some anti-inflammatory tablets, or maybe go there and get some. And oh, by the way, this also acts as an energy drink. So this is really going to spike my afternoon now because it's going to get me, you know, really, really in a very healthy space, skin flushed and everything. You won't see it because of my complexion, but I promise you my skin will be flushed. Cheers. And over to you, Brent.
Yes, thank you, Q. Thanks for that little remedy of yours, Q. Looks pretty good. Supercharged for the afternoon now. I should be having that in the morning, eh?
You know it. I should have probably had this first thing in the morning, but I was saving myself for the tea.
There we go. There we go. Good. Well, yeah, good afternoon, guys. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to go through my little nugget for today, which is going to be a poultice that I'd like to tell you about that really helped me with an injury I sustained while I was cycling when I was up in the UK. I'm now currently in sunny South Africa, so I'm not suffering the brunt of all the snow that you guys are currently experiencing that side. It's nice and sunny outside here today. Yeah, what I'd like to share with you is my testimony on how I actually recovered from a really bad knee injury that I suffered from a cycling accident when I was back in the UK. I think it was about just coming out of just before winter struck. So I would say October, November, when I came off my bicycle. And I've actually got some photographs I'd like to show you of my knee, and then just share with you how I actually recovered from this injury and what really just got me over the line to be able to go back and exercise again. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you guys just some photographs of my actual injury that I sustained. So I'm just going to share my screen with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That looks painful.
Okay. Yeah, so that was basically as I came off my bike, as I got back into the car. So I was basically at Rutland Water. I'm sure those of you in the UK know Rutland Water. And I was going to cycle right around Rutland, but I didn't know that it takes about an hour and a half to get around Rutland Water. So I went about a third of the way around. It was quite late in the day, and I had to get back out anyway because the gates closed at a certain time. And I was being a bit silly. I was actually full of energy, and I came back into the car park. I ramped my bike, and I landed on the gravel, like in the car park. And I landed on my front tire, and I just couldn't hold the bike, and the bike went down on my left, and I took the brunt of the weight of the bike and everything on my left knee. Now, that was when the injury happened. And then this was basically 2 weeks later. It scabbed up quite nicely, as you can see there. And it took about a month and a few days for the last scab to come off. So it was quite a bad injury. And with limping for the first, I would say, three weeks after the injury, I actually had a lot of tightening of the back of the knee. And then I ended up gymming about when the scab came off, I ended up going back to gym, but I had pain. I had to stop gym immediately. So then I had to go to physio because I had a lot of pain. I had to stop the physio because that made it worse. And the pain just didn't go away. And I ended up coming back to South Africa back end of December. And I had constant pain below the kneecap. I didn't really know what to do. And even if I walked too far, I'd have pain underneath the kneecap. And then someone said to me, try a poultice. It's basically, a poultice is sort of a concoction you put together. It's like a pulp. And I'm administered this at nighttime when sleeping, and did this for 4 days in a row. And I would say on the 5th day, my pain went away. Miraculously, the pain went away, and I'm now running. I'm now doing anything I want to do physically. I'm doing 5 kilometers now without a problem. And I would say I was doing that. I started running about 2 weeks after I administered this poultice. So I'd just like to show you and share you how I put this together. So I'm just going to move the camera back down here to stop sharing over here. Okay, can you guys, hopefully you can see that. Okay, so what I've done over here is to put together the poultice. What you use is linseeds, and I put in 2 tablespoons of linseeds into this bowl with a bit of hot water. And what happens is the linseeds actually get quite sticky, and they get very gooey, and they sort of fairly soft, but they've still got their body. So you want to get that sort of pasty, sticky type of substance out of the linseeds. And then what you want to do is you want to add, if you could see that, you want to add a whole heaped tablespoon of the charcoal. Okay. You basically want to mix that together. Basically, you want to get that.
Where's the soup? Where's the soup? Where's the door?
There's nowhere to hold it.
Okay, so you want to get that charcoal all worked into the linseeds. It takes quite a while to get it worked in. So what I did was, before I administered, now what I did was I put this on at night when sleeping, and then what I did prior to going to bed, I administered hot and cold treatment. So I took a cold pack from the fridge, just that the sportsman would use just to treat an injury. So I administered cold, and then I took a bean bag that you could put into the microwave and heated up the bean bag, and then administered hot. And I did that for about 40 minutes. Hot, cold, hot, cold. So hot, cold treatment over the knee. And then before going to bed, I'd mix up the poultice like this. So you can see now it's absorbed all that, all that charcoal is now absorbed into the linseed. So you've got a nice sticky paste over there. Take that off. So what you basically want to do now is get that. As you can see, that's quite a sticky poultice over there. And you can see this. So you can see, especially on the knee, you can see my scar that I've got from that injury. It's still quite prevalent. So what you want to do is administer that poultice onto the kneecap like that. And then what I've done is, let's get a cloth here. Then what I used was a sort of a pillowcase, or what works better is the king fill. So you just basically wrap that onto the knee. And you basically king fill the poultice around the knee. And then that's nice and secure, so you're not going to really spoil your bed sheets. Okay, and there we go. You can then get into bed with that, and job done. So I did that for 4 nights in a row, and on the 5th day, basically my pain was gone. That I had for up to, I think it was 3 months after the injury had healed. So on my 4th month, I did 4 of these, and I was pain free. So yeah, there's the poultice that I was recommended, that I can recommend for any injury. And with the charcoal, obviously drawing out any toxins. You can use that for any other conditions where you want to, draw anything out of the body. And obviously that has got a medicinal effect to the tissue and what have you, deep down under the kneecap, where you can't really get anything to the actual charcoal, and the linseed poultice really worked well for me on that one. So yeah, guys, just thought I'd like to share that with you today. It's something that you can use for that type of condition. Back to you guys then. Thank you.
Thank you, Brent. That was awesome. I really should try that with the next little incident. I want to commend Brent for the bravery of actually handling charcoal with the white shirt on. I was wincing everywhere as you were dealing with the charcoal. I was just thinking, oh, he's going to touch it. You're a better man than me, Brent. I would have made a mess here, and I know Linda would have definitely been upset. You're mute.
Because it was charcoal Q, I couldn't really do a practice run on that one. So that was just the first timer. And
that's it.
Yeah, I actually came to visit the folks today. So the folks are very brave to help me with that. Say hi to the folks there.
Hi. How are you folks doing? It's mighty gracious of you to let Brent put his leg on that table.
Yeah. Yes, so I sprung them a surprise today, Q. I came to do a house visit, and I had everything really packed. So I said, I sprung it on me half an hour ago. I need to use your kitchen. So they're like, okay.
Cheers. Over to you, ladies.
Thank you so much, Alvin, Q, and Brent, for those remedies. Thank you very much. And Q, that's exactly what I was going to put in the chat as well. I was going to say, Brent, watch out for your white shirt, because I know if I did that, it's going, the powder, even the powder would have gone everywhere. So thank you, Brent, for you demonstrating that, and me not embarrassing myself if I was to do it. So thank you, Brent. Thank you, Q and Alvin. It was really good. So I know that the chat has been going on a bit, and questions have been answered, but some has not. So Linda, is your chat working, or do you want me to?
Yeah, no, it is.
Okay.
Just going back, I think we had a question with regards to the poultice that Brent did, whether that can be put on an open wound. I'm not sure if maybe we can answer that question.
Charcoal on an open wound. I don't think I've ever tried on open. Mine's more so, I haven't really had an open wound like that as Brent, to be honest. I don't know if anybody else can answer that in terms of an open wound, but Brent did, and his is fine.
But hadn't Brent's wound healed already?
Brent, are you able to answer that for us, please?
Yes. Administered that poultice, I would say about about a month after the wound had healed. So 2 months after the accident, I administered that poultice, because I would say 2 months after the wound had healed, because I was trying to exercise, physio. So yeah, it healed quite well, and then I administered that poultice. So the poultice is more for muscular internal issues. I'm not sure. I can't really give any guidance on if you're going to use it on open wounds or not, but that's going to be up to the professionals that are on the
Okay, thank you. I see Louise had Louise McQueen had put something in the chat. I don't know if you'd like to speak to it, Louise, to everyone. It's with regards to whether it can be used on an open wound. Louise, can you hear me?
Was it Louise McQueen?
Or sorry, Louise Medical Machinery.
Yeah.
My apologies. Louise,
No, it's okay.
sorry.
I was trying to unmute, but I've realized that I can't be unmuted unless the host unmutes me. Just to say that with the charcoal, if you want to, you can put it on with an open wound, but it will get in the wound. It will make it really dark and black for a while. But eventually I found that applying like a little oil over it, like olive oil or vitamin E oil, or that, I found that it took it away from even on surfaces and stuff like that. I found that solved that problem. But the other way around that is to actually put it on maybe a gauze or kitchen roll first, and then put the poultice on top of that, so it will leak through into your area, and then it will and then you bind it up as Brett did with the cling film. So it does work that way. I put it on burns. When my grandson got burnt on his arm, he had a burn there, and I just mixed it up and I put it on the actual wound itself. I wrapped it back up, and within a couple of days, all the burn stuff was going. There's not a mark there anymore, and he got burnt by really scalding hot water, and so it's all gone now. So it does work, yeah. But if you want to avoid that messy thing as well, one of the ways is to use warm water instead of very cold water. Just use warmish water. That helps a lot in terms of stopping the powder from going everywhere. So if you use a little warm water and you add it in gently and stir it in, that stops it being a messy in lots of places.
Thank you, Louise.
Thank you.
I know there was a question regarding the flax seeds. It was the grounded ones. Well, yes. The linseed, you'll have to ground it before you use it, and that way you can get the sticky substance with the water and then mix the charcoal. So it has to be grounded. It can't be the actual seeds itself. But Brent, if you can put in the chat for us, please, the measurements. I'm not sure if it was in there, but I did see a question. If you're able to put the measurements in the chat for us, please.
Can you tell us for those that are on YouTube, because they won't be able to see the chat?
Oh yes, of course. So Brent, can you tell us what the measurements were, please?
Shirley?
Yes, okay.
Could we have a repeat of all the recipes in terms of the contents and how to do it from each person?
Right, okay. So Alvin.
Hello.
Hi, can you just explain again for us, please, what your remedy was, especially for those who are on YouTube who's unable to see the chat?
Oh, you all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can.
I was kind of fast because I was having some technological issues this side, and I rushed through my presentation, but that's fine. I was just saying to you all that it's antibiotic. It also is an antioxidant. The vitamins that you all didn't get in my speedy presentation was A, C, and K, and it has a mineral content, which is iron, calcium, and magnesium. So I'm going to put this in the chat room for the TTI program. You all going to have this in the week. So I'll be able to put that up there. But I'm saying that for cleaning the palate, it's antiviral. So you can use that to clean the palate. And also, if you're going to use that for digestive problems, then you can ingest it, and that would also work to aid the body's digestive system and its metabolism, dealing with the microbiome in the gut, cutting away parasites, etc. So that's what it's for. But most of it you'll be able to know on a Thursday night program with Shirley and myself. We do a Thursday night program specifically for oils. But I had to speed through this one. I'm still having technical issues on my side, but I'm going to put most of this in the chat. Hope you all got that.
Thank you, Alvin. And what's on the chat, we will put in the YouTube live chat as well. I see there was also, thank you so much, Alvin. There was also a question with regards to the peppers. I think that's to you, Q, with regards to, are all peppers okay? Sorry, sorry, I think I was speaking over someone. But the question was, are all peppers all right? Or are there some that you shouldn't take for medicinal purposes? I think someone had raised the issue with black pepper as well.
Okay, hey everyone again. So specifically, the cayenne peppers are they call them, I think, is it nightshade peppers? You know, the ones that have this sort of, you can see there's a relationship to tomatoes, like the tomato or the green peppers or the red peppers all have this kind of shape. But the specific ones that I would say you would go for are those ones that you mentioned, you know, it's the African bird chili or the bird's eye chili as well, or the jalapenos or the habaneros if you're brave and you really think that you can take that kick. Remember, the hotter the pepper, the more potent the ingredient in them. But you're perfectly right. You see, the black peppers and the white pepper, all of those don't quite belong to this family. And those are actually not good for you. Black pepper has been known to actually increase your blood pressure. And so you don't want to take it thinking that you're helping the situation and you make the situation worse. The best I would say is just go for those normal chilies that we know that look like this or like this. And that's what we should go for. And having them like this is actually quite good as well before you have them processed and powdered. You don't know what the processing is. We kind of had to specifically look for the non-irradiated and organically grown ones. But the best would be to even grow your own in a little herb garden on your windowsill. If you're in an apartment or if you have a garden, in your back garden, you could just grow a little bit of this and then you immediately have access to it. I did go through a few of the ingredients in there, but I didn't mention this is a good source of vitamin C, of vitamin E, beta carotene, choline, lutein, and also vitamin A. And so this, as I said before, is quite the superfood. You do want to just look for these kind of peppers, the nightshade type of peppers. That's what you want to be looking for.
Thank you, Q. Did you mention your ingredients, please?
Oh, yes. Okay, so I'm going to mention these ingredients, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them on the Telegram group. I want to just invite people over to our Telegram group. So I'll actually hand them over for Linda to give to the ladies' Telegram group. That way, you guys get to join and you get to expand the conversation, because the conversation is a whole lot more than this hour that we share once a week. There's a whole lot going on. There are conversations, and even you can even delve into a little bit more detail on the groups. And if you have a personal question, perhaps that you want to ask. So the ingredients for our shot. Somebody was asking if I didn't drink it. I said I took a shot for everybody. The ingredients for our shot were just 3. This is the base, the orange juice. Not much of it, so I'm not trying to OD on the sugar, just 100 mils. The turmeric and the cayenne pepper. Simple. The base, the anti-inflamm, and the super ingredient, and that's it. So I'll put the amounts in the Telegram group. There's a Telegram group for those who are on YouTube. Please join the Telegram group. For those who are here also, please just join the Telegram group. We'll make sure all those details are there.
Thank you, Q. I see Carol has her hand up.
Yes, hi. My husband just got a question.
Hey, hiya. I was
Hello.
just asking, thanks for that presentation just now, about the cayenne pepper, the turmeric and the orange. How often is it good to have it, like 3 times a week or something like that? It's surely not every morning type of thing. And the second question is, the actual raw chili, like the fresh chili, to get that and to blend it up and, get it nice and ready, can we put it in the fridge, like to save it for a couple of days or whatever? Is it all right to keep it for a couple of days, or is it something that you do and use on that particular day? Thank you.
Thank you for that question. That's a very good question. Firstly, regarding the amount of times that you can have this, actually, you see the shot that I took, you could have that every morning. And again, I'll reference the group because there's a bit more latitude there, and I can perhaps share a tract from the book that I was speaking about, the Curing with Cayenne, where Dr. Schultz speaks about increasing the quantities actually. So for someone who's not very tolerant, we go with the quarter teaspoon that I did. That's the baby step for somebody who's very, very touchy about the chili. But increasing the quantities until it's about a teaspoon and doing that daily. So no, it's not necessarily harmful. Then talking about, I mean, they obviously are a reasonable amount. You're not going to take half a pound of this and be healthy. So a teaspoon a day is an amount that's not going to be detrimental to health. It's going to be beneficial. The question is your tolerance of the pepper. Then the question of preserving, there's actually a recipe again in that book which talks about creating a quick energy zinger, which includes garlic and ginger and the pepper, and that is cider vinegar, apple cider vinegar, just a little bit of it, and that can preserve for up to a month. In fact, it first is left to settle for about a month, and then you start to take it a teaspoon a day, and so you can preserve these. They're very well to preserve. There are specific methods. I just, as I'm saying, I can't really give you the methods now to your remembrance. What would be there is if I could possibly share the tracks from Dr. Schultz's book, and that would actually help you even more. So over to the groups, to the Telegram groups.
Thank you
But
so
yes,
much.
you're able to preserve, you're able to take daily.
Thank you.
Thank you, Q, and thank you for the question as well.
Yeah, good question.
Charlene, I recall during the presentation, we had a hand up from
Wiola or Wiola?
Yes. I was trying to make sure we don't forget. So
I don't
know if she
think
still has a question.
No, they're not on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't see the name.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Sharon. So as Q was mentioning, we have various platforms. So we have our ladies Telegram group, we have our men's Telegram group, and we have our spiritual Telegram group. And those links are posted in the chat as I am speaking. And in the week, there is our Tuesday Bible study at 7 p.m. UK time. And then also Alvin demonstrated some oils. We do educational classes on a Thursday at 6. Last week it was reproductive system. This week is on is reproductive part 2 that we're going to talk about this week, Thursday, regarding the oils and what it's good for. But before, because I see there's quite a few people on, and I know when we do this towards the end, people say, oh, they may have came on and they probably dropped off. But I'm just going to take this spot as a little break before any more questions, because we've been doing a giveaway spot so far for the past how many weeks, and we haven't managed to give these specific ones away. Last week we did speak about insomnia, and we did want to give away one of the lavender oils. These are one of the oils, the brand, what Alvin was mentioning today. And this is the lavender, and lavender is excellent when it comes to insomnia and able to sleep. So that's for last week, insomnia. We also have from Mercy's Door Ministry, a pain oil. And we would love to give this to a person who is suffering with pain, and it has got the cayenne. One of the ingredients has got cayenne pepper in, and we spoke about that today. And also charcoal. Now, Brent did charcoal poultice, but this one is a charcoal soap. I make myself, and it hasn't got any of the nasties of the sodium lauryl sulfate, parabens, and so forth. So it's great for the skin and helps remove toxins. But this one actually has clay in it as well, bentonite clay, which is also excellent when it comes to removing toxins. So we would love to give this away. So someone, please, who has invited, we used to say 5, but we're going to reduce it, and we're going to say 2 people onto the platform this afternoon. Invited 2 people, and those 2 people are on now. and it's only 3 giveaways. So it's the first person who can say they have invited 2 people onto our show. Even those who are on YouTube, so please type it in the chat. Those who's monitoring YouTube, please monitor it for those who's on there, who's invited 2 people on, and they can say, yes, that person has invited me on. And the gift will go to that person who invited those 2 individuals. So I am waiting. I have, but I'm scared to come on Zoom.
Maybe they can just say it.
Okay, so Antoinette says Cynthia invited me. So and Cynthia invited me. Okay.
Cindy,
Anybody else
yeah.
was invited by Cynthia? Michelle has invited me. That's Benson. So anybody invited by Benson?
Michelle has invited me from Jamaica.
Maitland. So
we have
Michelle invited
Michelle.
you from Jamaica. So I think Michelle gets 1. Is that right? Linda?
That's correct.
Cynthia
Okay.
Yes, Michelle
me.
invited 2.
So that's Michelle.
Cynthia invited
Oh no,
me.
you're all going too quick for me. I can't read all these.
Yeah. Okay, I see someone was invited by Ruth. How many people were invited by?
I don't know how you actually do this. Why do you let them know?
Hi, Viv.
Hi,
Yes.
Viv.
Yes, Cynthia invited me.
Oh, great stuff. So Cynthia,
Okay,
I
so
think
we have 2 by
Cynthia's 2.
Cynthia.
Me, Cindy.
Cindy.
Sorry. So we have 2 from Cindy.
Yeah,
Cynthia invited me.
Okay, so we have 2 from Michelle, 2 from Cynthia,
So Cynthia,
and 2
Michelle.
from Cindy.
Cindy is Cynthia. Don't
Oh,
worry.
they're the
Cindy
same.
is Cynthia.
Oh, Cindy and Cynthia. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for that clarity.
I nearly got more then, didn't I? Oh,
Michelle.
So we have Michelle and Cynthia / Cindy.
Yeah, I've scratched out Cindy.
Okay.
I see there's, oh goodness,
Andrea, Carol,
Angela, Esther,
Ben.
but these all, I've only seen 1 person from each.
Esther. So same. So have I. So I've got Esther, Gill. I invited
Lungile, yeah. Leonie, 1. Eddie, 1. Ruth is 1.
Invited Laura and Linda. I think Linda is still on. LW, that I've invited. So there's LW and there's Linda, I think is still on, that I've invited.
So that's you. So that's you for
Foy.
Foy. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I almost mispronounced it.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Michelle.
Oh wow.
Okay, so we, okay, Charlene.
Oh, someone said they're away from their laptop, but Foy. So I'm assuming it's Michelle, Cynthia, and Foy.
There's a Spencer on there, not?
Is that right?
Because someone just wrote, yeah, because Linda just said that Foy invited her.
Yes, I invite, yes.
And someone else
LW.
mentioned Foy as well, LW.
Yeah.
So we have 2.
Okay.
So we have Michelle, Cynthia, and Foy. There's no one on the YouTube link.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. So we do thank you for those who's invited someone. And even if it was the 1 person that you invited, we thank you for those who's even invited someone or even shared the link with others to join us. So I will speak with those individuals separately because we do want to give the paint oil for someone who has pain to benefit from it, than for it to just sit down or something, to benefit from that paint oil. Or even someone who's suffering when it comes to sleep. So I will speak with those individuals separately and see which one will be better for them. But also, can you message anyone, any of the hosts, co-hosts, please, those who's got the free gift, your contact details, whether it's myself or Linda, whoever is host, co-host, to your contact information, please. Although I think I have got all three of you, to be honest. I think I've got you, Foy. I think I've got Michelle, and I think I have Cynthia. I think. Yeah, I think I've got all three, but just to make sure, just drop your contact details. Oh, sorry, Bernard. Thank you. Bernard invited 18 people, but none of them came.
I see Cheryl also invited 10, but I see one person indicating. I'm not sure if I missed any others. But thank you for extending the invitation.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. That's so important. I see we have a hand up from Beauty. It's been up for a while. Beauty, do you have a question or a comment for us, please?
Sorry, yes. Just wanted to say a couple of things. Wanted to check firstly, you know, the turmeric, is it only turmeric powder or can we use the root as well?
I know that the root can be used. Q, I don't know if you're still on.
Yes, I am on. You can use the root as well. It's just you're going to have a bit more processing. You're going to need to blend the ingredients when you're doing this mix. So you can use the turmeric root with a little bit of the chili and the OJ and do a bit of a blending or juicing if you want.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Thanks. The other thing I just wanted to just say with oregano oil, another thing I've just discovered, somebody had shingles and she was using the oregano oil to actually dry the scabs on her back. And that actually was working for her. So oregano on shingles actually helps to dry the actual sores on your back. Well, she had it on her back anyway.
Thank you for that, Beauty. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Okay.
Can I ask a question, please?
I see there was a hand from Andrea.
Beauty.
Is it Andrea?
Yes, the Beauty was on before. Sorry, Andrea. Beauty did have her hand up before I spoke. Beauty did, and then there's Carol, but I can't see the name that you mentioned, Linda.
There's also Andrea. I'm seeing it from the video.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So I'm not sure who this. Well, to go first.
I'm wanted to ask, I can get the Kaya soap that you were showing.
Oh, I'll leave my details in the chat for you.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, I'll leave it in the chat.
Will put your number because I will call you and talk to you.
Yes, that's fine. Will do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I ask a question now then, please? Is it the cayenne itself? You can use the cayenne pepper powder as well, or you just have to be the cayenne pepper itself you have to use too?
You can use the powder as well. I was using the powder now when I was mixing, so you can use this, or if you want, you can go to the original.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I was also just going to mention that those who are looking for, the soap and things like that, just specify, which part of the world you're in as well. So if you're in England, definitely get a hold of Charlene. And then if you're perhaps in South Africa or somewhere else, just let us know which part of the world so that we know if you can be reached, because then we can also refer you to where you can get it locally.
Yes.
Shirley, Andrea Brown had a hand up.
I can't see Andrea.
Yes, she did speak.
Oh, she spoke, Edgar.
Okay.
Yeah, she spoke. We also had a hand up from Carol with an E at the end.
Yes, hi. Yes, it was just
Hi,
in
Carol.
it was just in regards to TTI Ministry. I haven't got your name up there. It just says the host, TTI Ministry. Yes, because you after sunset, I'm hoping I left my email address that I will be able to buy some of your products because you spoke about the charcoal soap.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yes.
And then there was and your skin looked lovely. And there was another thing that you spoke of,
the You mean one of these, the paint oil?
Oh no, I don't need no paint
Or
oil.
you mean the lavender oil?
Yes, there's something that you said, something else. Anyway.
Oh, bentonite clay.
Yeah, if you could
Bentonite
just
clay?
send your product via my email, I left it chenry-7 at outlook.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, if you could just send me your products, I wouldn't mind ordering. Yeah, after sunset. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome, Carol.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. We also had the hand up from Elaine. It says Elaine's iPad.
Can I
Elaine,
just say
can you hear us?
Viv had her hand up for ages.
I beg your pardon, ma'am?
Who, sorry?
Viv has had her hand up for ages.
Thank you,
I've noted her. I've noted her down. I am coming to her.
Oh.
I am coming. I've
Sorry.
noted you down. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I don't think Elaine is on. All right. The next name was Sister Viv.
Oh, hi. Oh, have I? Can you hear me?
Yes, you're on.
Viv, yeah,
we can hear you.
Oh, I thought I muted it. What it is, I just wanted to ask about the orange juice. Can you use freshly squeezed orange juice? Because I don't drink products like I didn't see. I missed quite a lot of it, so I just wondered, could I squeeze my own and get 100 mils that way?
Yes, I actually mentioned specifically when I started that this is freshly squeezed, as you can see, it says here. So I actually don't recommend using the powder mix product or, the sort of condiment type of orange juice that you kind of have to mix with something else. But just freshly squeezed juice is what I'd recommend. Get it as close to nature as possible.
Okay, sorry, it's just I wasn't there at the start, but thank you.
No worries,
Thank
but
you
thank
so
you
much for your
for the question. That's to provide the clarity. Thank you.
Thank you. I see Sister Taylor has her hand up as well. Sister Taylor, please ask your question or give your comment. Sister Taylor, I don't know if maybe you're muted or if you can hear me. Okay, I'm not.
Hello, can you hear me?
Ah, yes, now we can hear
Oh,
you.
sorry about that. My question
Not a
is,
problem.
good evening, everyone. Is it possible to make your own oregano oil?
Brother Alvin?
Yes, hi. I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to say to you all, to deal with any oil from any plants whatsoever, you need a lot of distillation. You need a lot of things that you need to deal with. Make sure that it's absolutely therapeutic. So that's why we turn to the doTERRA oils, which is going to give you a better solution. They already have all the scientific base background behind everything that you're doing. So once you come on the program on a Thursday night with us, we'll be able to share that with you because time is not with us tonight, but it's not wise for you to try to make your own oils. There's a lot of things you involve that, scientifically backed that you need to get the balance right in order to store it and all the rest of it. So yeah, that's a Thursday night program for us to explain that, or you can just message me offline and I'll be able to direct you to the sources.
Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you. Dion, I see your hand is up.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to get some information on the book, and where to get it. I have looked on Amazon, but there are two, so I don't know if they're the same or two different ones, and none
Is
of
that the
them
book
are
about
by.
Cayenne?
Yeah, none of them are by Richard. They're by a gentleman by Sam, but Richard has an input in them, so I wasn't sure.
That's it. I was quoting Dr. Richard in the book, but yes, you're right. You're perfectly right. That is the book that you're looking at. Let me just read. It should have, but its cover should be yellow. Maybe I could just show you what the cover looks like.
Yellow with the pathway on it.
Something like this. Is this it?
No, that's not the one. Okay, I haven't. That one hasn't come up anywhere I've looked.
So,
Curing
but it
with
is the
cayenne.
same gentleman. You see Sam Bisa.
Yes, Sam Bisa.
With Dr.
Yes, with
Shaw.
Dr. Richard Shaw. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it's got that
So
on it.
that is your book. That is your book. It's just a different cover design, but that is your book.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you've
Thank
got
you,
the
Q.
right one.
Thank
Cheers.
Thank you so much. I see we have a hand from Galaxy Note 9. If you can please unmute and let us know your name. Galaxy Note 9. Galaxy Note 9, can you hear me?
Let me see if they're in the. I'm not sure if they're still. Oh, there's
If they're
quite a
still
few.
there.
Yeah, the person's still there. I see a Galaxy Note 9.
Yeah. Because the hand went down now, unless maybe they no longer want to ask a question. I'm not sure.
Said they raised it in error.
Yeah, the rest.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Not a problem. Okay. All right. I don't know if there's anyone else who has any questions that we may have missed. I see, Charlene, you've already answered Elaine.
Yes.
Okay.
I tried to answer quite a few in the chat, but I'm gonna have to save it and.
I see a Bongega.
Somebody's just raised their hand. Magica?
Oh, Mongeka.
Bongega, yes. Please unmute Bongega.
Sorry, I thought I had unmuted. Hi, guys.
No
Thank you for the
problem.
presentations thus far. I just want to find out, is it advisable for a person with low blood pressure to use cayenne pepper?
Thanks for that question, Bongega. In the strangest thing, again, I'm referencing the book because that's my research material. Yes, it is something that has been used to regulate blood pressure, but without sounding like I'm trying to plug, I'm not without placing a plug for the book. I do recommend just going through it because I'd need to go into a bit more detail about that. But yes, the simple answer is yes. And it's a question of quantities and how to apply the kind.
Thank you.
So I think one of the things that I might do is maybe take note from our YouTube recording and see the different scenarios that people have brought up, and then perhaps just extract the track from the book regarding those particular issues. And then we can go into a little bit more research individually for each sort of scenario. But yeah, I think that would be a good way to sort of use it without necessarily shortchanging the author.
And we have a question here on our YouTube. If you use fresh cayenne, do you use the seeds as well?
You don't have to use the seeds. The seeds have been known to have 0 of the active ingredient, but in a strange irony, the pulp that holds the seeds, you know, the white little bit, that is a high concentration of the capsaicin. There's a high concentration of it in the pulp. So when you remove the seeds, don't remove the pulp where the seeds are held. You know, you got the flesh on the outside with the color, then you have this pulpy thing in the middle with the white. That is a high concentration of the active ingredient.
Thank you, Q. I hope that answers your question, Sister Patricia. I don't know if that's a question, Bernard. You said the drink of orange juice, paprika, and turmeric would be good for a dry, persistent cough. I think it's a comment. Thank you.
Very true, Bernard. Actually, this is not just an immunoboost. It's something that's used also for coughs and for colds. So yes, for the dry, persistent cough, you do well with this drink.
Okay, I'm not sure if we still have any more questions with regards to the presentations that we've been given today. So we spoke on the essential oils.
There was one question, Linda.
Yes,
I can't remember where it was in the chat because I've gone through it and I couldn't find it again. Somebody did ask, is it possible to make the turmeric and cayenne pepper drink up with a juice other than orange? I'm not sure if they've got an allergy to orange. I really don't know, but that was a question that I did see somewhere, but I can't find it.
Yes, it's very possible. My key ingredients were the turmeric and cayenne, but truth be told, the cayenne is what I was going for, but it is possible. You can use another, you don't have to use this, you can use any other drink. In fact, you have variations of this cayenne with a fruit juice. You could actually use, let's say, guava juice, and what you can do is, with whatever juice, you can even add a bit of baobab powder. If you know the white baobab fruit powder, you can add that in there with the cayenne, with the turmeric. So yes, please experiment with any, but the best always, as I say, the best is the freshly squeezed fruit juice. Don't go for the cordials. There are a whole lot more chemicals that you've got going in there that are not going to do you any good. In fact, they might counter some of what you're trying to do with the cayenne pepper. So go for it. For those from Zimbabwe who speak Shona, the baobab is mawuyu. If you know what mawuyu is, they call it mawuyu. And that just is the powder that you get when the shavings you get from the baobab seeds, and you get that white powder. I'm sure you have it in the health stores in the UK. We just pick it off the trees out here.
Oh, you jolly soul.
Beg your pardon?
You jolly soul.
Yes. One of the beauties of being here in Africa is to pick some of these things off the trees. But that's if you don't live in the city. In the city, we don't see it anymore. We really are, in the concrete jungle in the city.
Thanks, Q. One thing we didn't mention, Alvin, Q, and Brent, what is our challenge for this week, please?
Okay, my challenge.
What is our challenge for this week?
I got my challenge up.
Oh, you texted me, didn't you? What was yours?
I did. I sure did.
All right, let me have a look.
Finish?
Right, so Alvin's challenge for this week, everyone, is to look at the properties of the herbs listed on the table and the values to your health. So that was Alvin, the thyme, the oregano, and what was the other two?
Rosemary.
Rosemary. And what's the other one?
Bay leaf. Bay leaf.
And bay leaf, right. So that's one challenge, to look at the properties and how they
You also have something that's missing. You got two other things that was missing.
Two?
Yep, on the table. You got the herbs.
Garlic, onion. Yes, of course. Thank you, Alvin.
Can you list them again?
Everybody, we've finished our cookbook now. We have finished our cookbook, Louise and myself, 104 pages cookbook. So if you all get this right next week, that's one of you all going to get a book.
At the properties of thyme. I'm writing it in the chat for everybody. So thyme, rosemary, oregano, garlic, onion,
and the bay leaf.
Bay leaf. Thank you, Linda.
Then garlic and onion.
And the values to your health.
And the person that gets all the solid questions up as well as bringing some other guests to the program, you will get a copy of her book, 104 pages of health.
Will it be signed? Will it be signed?
Over there.
Will it be signed? Your signature?
Would it be signed?
Will be autographed.
It will be signed. It will be signed.
We need
104 pages.
yes, we need the signature, please.
Yeah, we'll sign it. You just gotta get working on the property. We gonna sign it for y'all.
Okay, okay, good, good.
Great stuff, Alvin. Thank you.
Can I just say something quickly, Alvin? Just in
Yes.
case, if someone we don't get the answer or get people, could you put up and tell us how much your book will cost?
Good question.
Yeah, sure. I'll put it in the chat room.
Thank you, Alvin. Brent or Q, any challenge for us?
Okay. Yes, certainly. The challenge for this week is to introduce the cayenne, just a quarter teaspoon of cayenne in a glass of water in your morning water. So if you've been attending our meetings, you know that we've been recommending a glass of preferably warm, but even room temperature water with a bit of lemon squeezed in it first thing in the morning. If you didn't know that, that's what you should be doing. It's just good for your metabolism, good to get the gut also clear, because a healthy gut is usually a healthy body. So in the lemon water, introduce just a quarter teaspoon, even less if you feel like you can't tolerate it that much, of cayenne pepper into it, starting tomorrow morning, all the way through to next Saturday morning. I beg your pardon. And the reward is a better blood rush in the morning and a healthier metabolism. And that's going to be signed by the person who created the cayenne pepper so that it can help your health. Is that a good deal?
A good deal, Q. Thank you. That sounds great. Thank you very much, Q.
Yeah.
Could you just
if you
drop
can
that in the
take
chat,
half
please?
a teaspoon, go for it. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
Charlene.
it's
If
fine.
you can take half a teaspoon, go for it. If you can take it. If not, just start with a quarter or slightly less. Perfectly fine.
Okay, thank you. So if you can just, in case anyone missed it, just put it in the chat for me, please, Q.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Samson. What's your name, sorry?
Samsung. It's actually Clive.
Samson. Okay, correct.
Yeah, the battery died on the other device. Can I just ask a question, please? It's slightly different, but it's about my water intake now. I'm starting to drink a lot more water than I used to, and trying to get, my regular 1.5 liter, whatever a day it is. The pH level, is that very important? Because I've just been looking at some of the waters we've been drinking. Some have been the mineral water, and I've bought a bottle of spring water as well. So I've just now looked at it, and one of them's a 7.0, I think, pH level, and the other one was 6.4 or something like that. I'm just wondering, is anyone able to tell me, is it that important, the pH level on the waters, please? Thank you.
Okay. I know water, when it comes to water, what water to drink and so forth, is always a topic for quite a lot of people. And when it comes to water and the types and so forth, and this distiller, this thing and all sorts. When it comes to the pH, what I do know, it is important when it comes to the pH of your system. You don't want it to be acidic and you don't want it to be alkaline. You want it to be balanced. So when you say spring water and mineral water, to be honest, when it comes to water, I have my distiller, so I just drink just normal water. But I'm not sure if anyone does have anything to say when it comes to water and the type, when it's spring or mineral. But I know it's always a topic that people are always unsure about, and the types that are good, especially when it comes to the pH as well. So someone did mention, I just see regarding distilled water, but I'm not sure if anyone else can say anything regarding this for Samson. on the program when it comes to water. Or what we could do, if so, it can be distilled water is considered dead water. If there's quite a few things in the chat, Stuart, not Stuart, sorry, Samson. Sorry, Stuart's just popped up. Samson, regarding the waters. But I don't really want to get into it too much because I know it's always a hot topic when it comes to water.
Sure.
Yeah, and you know,
It's always a
lately we
hot
have the
topic, so I
fad
don't
of
want to.
alkaline water.
Pardon you?
I was saying, so lately we have the fad of the alkaline water, and although that may have some benefits, we know that the pH balance in our body, we need to alkalize because most of the food we take acidifies us. The thing with alkaline water is if you have a pre-existing kidney condition or skin condition or stomach condition, it actually might affect you. So yes, caution is necessary. I'd say you do want 7.5 pH water. You want it there, and then what you might want to do is maybe if you can get a charcoal filter, because that's going to take away a lot of the impurities. A charcoal filter is good for your water, because even when we take municipal water, it's been treated with chemicals and other processes that are beyond what we can see. So we need to just be secure.
Okay, thanks so much for that. And I said,
Thank you.
Thank you. I didn't want to detract us from that. It was just another point that I heard about the tablets that you can have, the alkalized tablets, if they're any good. Sorry, just to ask that as well. Thank you.
Thank you for your question, Solomon. I saw a hand go up from Beauty and then Dion. In that order, please. Beauty.
Right, sorry. I just wanted to check. Is there somebody who does the cayenne pepper at that strength? Because they've put there 90, is it 90,000 heat units? Is that the strength we're looking to take?
Yes, so if you're taking about 90,000, that's about coming close to this. That's just slightly hotter than your jalapeno peppers, and maybe slightly not as hot as this. Like between this and the jalapeno, I would happily recommend the African bird chili as your client.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was one. The other thing I just wanted to find out, is there any properties, or is it worth also using orange skins? Because I've heard someone say that orange skins are also good, you know, like for colds and things like that, if you blend it down.
I've heard so, and I've heard some benefits of rinds as well. To say, you know, just the orange rind as well as the pulp, they have different properties. But I'd probably have to look a little further into that. But look, sorry, with the pepper, something I forgot to mention, or I did mention it, but maybe in passing, is the hotter, the more you have the capsaicin. So the hotter the pepper, the more you have the active ingredient. That's why the habanero is, you know, the gold standard of Cayenne. It's 250 to 300,000 heat units.
Right, okay.
It's just that can be very uncomfortable in the mouth. Oh, and thank you. Your question keeps sparking a few more things. The thing with the peppers, the reason why the capsules are not recommended, they actually start in the stomach where the membrane has been dissolved. But you want this to start in the mouth. That discomfort is part of the process that's helping to heal the body. It's never going to be comfortable. So if we want the shortcut versions, we can keep going. But if we want something that's really effective, then we might want a little bit of that heat in the mouth. It causes that flushing, and the absorption starts within the mouth itself, and the blood starts to rush immediately everywhere, including the brain. So as much as it might be a little bit uncomfortable, you do want to have a little bit of that action in the mouth.
Right, okay, thank you. And you mentioned your water, you said it needs to be 7 pH.
7, I think, is a bit acidic. You want, I think, 7.5 to about 8.5, which is starting to lean towards the alkaline. But I was just saying, alkaline water has become quite a popular fad right now. But I think the bigger thing is to also eliminate the impurities in the water. So we don't just take the water and say, because it's alkaline, it's been alkalinized, maybe with a pill, then it's perfectly fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Beauty. Thank you for your question. Dion, you had your hand up, and then after Dion, Carl.
Yeah,
Thanks,
hi.
Dion.
Yeah, I don't have a question. I just wanted to comment on what Q said about the water. I'm actually a kidney transplant patient, and my consultant has recommended that my water is between 7.5 and 8.2 pH to help to flush my kidneys at a better standard of water. So yeah, I do have a filter. I haven't got the one that Al mentioned. I am considering it, but just to add to that water process, between 7.5 and 8.2, even if you do have a kidney challenge, is a good level of water to take in. It doesn't actually harm the good bacteria in the gut, but if you go beyond 8.5 to like 9.1, then you're actually removing your good bacteria from your gut as well. So that's definitely not recommended, but between 7.5 and 8.2 is a good recommendation for water.
Thanks, Dion. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dion. Thank you so much. Carl, please unmute.
Hi, yeah, good afternoon. It's a really good program. This is my first time actually on your program, but I actually am dealing with kidney problems. I have low functioning kidneys at the moment. I'm not on dialysis, but I've been working to that I do not get there. And I have a very good water treatment system that can give you very good alkaline water. What I found with the alkaline water, it was able to give me a detox that was very beneficial. But for the majority of the time, what I use it for is the really good filter that's in it, that's able to take out heavy metals, and the heavy metals and the chlorine and all of the sort of junk that's in. I live in London, and the water in London is pretty poor. And that's shown over the past 2 years while I've been dealing with the kidney problem has actually helped a lot. So it's having a really good filter more than alkaline water. So if you use the tablets to alkalize the water, it doesn't actually really help. It's actually getting rid of the junk that's in the water, the impurities, and especially the heavy metals. So I just wanted to say that.
Thanks for that testimony, Carl. Thank you so much. That is it, exactly.
Thank you, Carl, and welcome to TTI. We hope you'll be joining us for future programs as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I see a hand from Rani Pawar. I hope I'm saying it correctly. Rani, you may please unmute.
Yeah, my question is, I have polycystic kidneys, but by the grace of God over these years, God has helped me to change my diet and everything. But I drink water that is just the tap water, which is boiled, and I drink hot water or cooled water. Is that water okay?
I don't know if someone can assist us with that question.
Hello.
Rani?
Hello. Hi, it's Carl again. What
Yes,
I got to understand is boiling the water does not get rid of the heavy metals. You really need a really good filter system to help with the kidneys. Yeah.
Get rid of bacteria, but not,
Carl,
Yeah.
can I ask what filter do you have?
It's actually a Kangen machine.
Okay, you have a Kangen as well. Cool.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carl.
How do you spell that, Carl? How do you spell the Kangen machine?
May I ask that you put it for us in the chat, Carl?
Yeah, it's just Kangen.
Thank you.
Okay. Did you mention Rani?
Yes, Rani's just come up. But I see we now have Louise, medical missionary.
got it correct this time.
Can I talk?
Yes, Louise,
Yes,
you can
please,
talk.
please, go
Marnie
ahead.
put her hand down.
Okay. Oh. I just want to say something on water very quickly, because I know this show is not on water, so I don't want us to lose the essence of what's happening. I think Carl's information is really good. Just to let people know that, you know, the best thing to do is really do a good research on water. I don't think anybody could recommend to everybody, this is the water for you, or that's not the water for you, or whatever. Someone like Carl who's done research and stuff like that, that's really good. But you don't want your body to be over alkalized or under alkalized, and neither acidic or over acidic or under acidic. So you need to have that balance. And this is why they keep talking about the balance, the pH balance. And so you need to get that as right as possible, without going crazy thinking, how do I do this? So the best thing to do is for people to do their research on the filters and waters and stuff like that. Remembering that filters may get rid of a lot of your impurities and a lot of your heavy metals and other stuff, but it will never get rid of everything. Do you understand? So we just need to keep that in mind, and just do the best that we can. And people who drink just alkaline water, then they need to look at that, whether that's 100% a good thing for them, because we do need the acidic part to it as well, as much as we need the alkaline. This is why we need a balance.
Thank you, Louise.
Thank you, Louise.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that.
From VK.
Yes, yes, VK. And what we'll do, we'll make VK the last one, because it's yeah, VK the last one, and then we're going to wrap it up after VK. But we do encourage you all, these type of conversations we can have on our Telegram group. We're gonna have it on our men's Telegram group and our ladies one. So please join it so that we can have this conversation, whether it's the water, the cayenne, the charcoal, the oils, and have a nice discussion. Okay, VJ, you'll be the VK. You'll be the last question. Hi.
It's all right, because it's been answered.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Lovely. Well, thank you for joining us.
That's okay.
There are, the groups are above. I will find it, because I know there has been quite a few conversations in the chat. So I will find it and resend it so that you can join our Telegram group. Oh, there you go. Sharon just posted it for the ladies group. And please, we also ask if you can join the right one. So the females to join the females and the men to join the men's. But we do thank you all for joining us. Those who first comers, thank you. And those who are our regular visitors, thank you very, very much. And I won't even call you visitors, I'll call you family, our TTI family. So we thank you for joining us every single week. And those who are first timers, you'll be a part of our family too. So we thank you for joining us. And of course, our YouTube, those who join us on YouTube every week or first time, thank you for joining us as well. Please like and share with those who you know, even those who you don't know, because health, that's one thing, that is one thing that we all have in common, is health. So please share with loved ones, your neighbors, strangers, regarding our health program. So we thank you again, and have a blessed morning, afternoon, or evening. Linda, have you got any few words?
Next week. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, next week. Sorry, Linda. 1 minute.
Week,
you're going to close, but sorry. Next week we are going to have Sharon and Dr. Louisa on, and we will be discussing diabetes. So please join us, diabetes, our diabetes topic. And I know quite a few people have this, even if it's borderline as well, but please join us next week as we discuss regarding diabetes with Sharon, Wallace, and Dr. Louisa. Thank you very much. Linda, over to you.
Awesome. That's going to be a great program. Please do join us.
And once again, thank you everyone for joining. And please also remember that at any time, if you want to recap on what was discussed, we have our YouTube page. Please do also consider subscribing as well as liking, etc., and sharing the information with everyone as well. And I think now, as we close off, usually our tradition is that as you close off, you can say goodbye and just say where you're from, and then we'll be closing off like that. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time, and may you be blessed as you take care of your health.
Indeed. Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much. Thank you, YouTube, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, YouTube.